Have you ever wondered the impact of a messy, cluttered home on your mental health? Well, it is quite huge, and for women, it is even greater. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about some of those statistics as well as how to get through this clutter and this mess so we can start enjoying our homes, our families, and our lives. So go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and let's get started. Okay, so you're gonna start in my bathroom. It is nasty, next level. We've had the cats litter in here. Need to take this out, wash it, bleach it, put new litter in there, put the lid on that. I wanna actually get it out of here. I just cannot handle that. I need to just take care of all of the stuff on here, deep clean it. I need to clean the toilet. Yes, that's not pee, that is hard water stains. Literally a fly running in here, hanging out. I need to just get all of this, and then here, I want to spray this down and clean this real good as well. And this, my oil, poured all in my, in here. So I use this every, well, no, not every night, about at least 3 times a week I use this. I like this because it's like a massage, honestly. Yeah, so I love this thing. You put it up to your skin, you can hear it vibrate. It's got 3 lights. It even has a little bit of heat to it for the very third one. It helps completely snatch my jaw. It helps with the double chin. It depuffs, it minimizes fine lines. It tightens, it helps my skincare penetrate so much deeper, which is great because that means it's really working. As long as you use it 3 times a week for at least 3 minutes, you're good to go. I like to use it while I'm watching Castle with Chris. It is so good. It's like a massage and it's awesome. I just sit there in bed doing this. I also like to run it back here for like your lymphatic drainage. This is awesome. This thing sells out constantly, honestly. So for the first 100 people, it's $70 off. So it's normally $150, so you're gonna get $70 off, which is really good. And not only that, you'll also get an ebook, which helps you with all of the ins and outs on how to tighten your skin and everything with this device. And if it doesn't work for you, you don't have to pay for it. So there's that as well. And then just in that short time, you can see what a like how snatched it makes it. So you can check out my link. I'll have the information in there, the details of it. But I love that thing. It's incredible. You know, I like to share like little things like that. I love skincare, and my cat's biting my ankle. I love skincare. I love all the devices because whatever can keep me out of the med spa, the better. And my cat is literally, I've got to show you guys this. She is such a wild girl. Excuse me, ma'am. Excuse me, ma'am. So, okay, listen, Gecko. Listen, Gecko. My silly little Gecko. Mommy's gonna clean this bathroom. Mommy's gonna clean this bathroom. Because it's stinky, huh? Can you clean this bathroom for me? Clean the bathroom for me. Come on, Gecko. Let's go clean this bathroom. I'm gonna work from this way to this way. I'm using my Clorox toilet wand, my favorite little thing here to use to clean around the toilet and in the toilet too. I like to use this because it has all of the cleaner within it, and then when you're done, you can just throw it away. It might not be as good for the environment. I don't know, I'll have to look into that, but it sure does make cleaning the toilet very quick and very easy, which is sometimes what you need. When it comes to cleaning your home, you want to make it very accessible and easy for you, because especially if it's something that you dread, you want to make it super easy to start. And that's what I'm going to show you in today's video. Now, I have often mentioned having a little tote, basket, tray, or whatever you may need to have all of your cleaning supplies in each bathroom, and that is what I do. We have a total of 3 bathrooms in this house, and each one is equipped with its own toilet wand, a container of Clorox wipes, and usually some microfiber cloths. Now, you will see me using several cloths in this video. I do not take them room to room. I use it just for this room, and then I throw them into the wash. There, they will get a Lysol sanitizing wash. That's what I do with all of my cloths. Now, I don't usually use them around the toilet. Sometimes I do, just depends. If I'm really got the momentum going, I'm not going to move all over my house to find new stuff to use. I'm going to use what's right in front of me, because I know once I leave this bathroom, there's a very good chance that I'm going to get distracted or someone's going to need me. So I'm coming in here and I'm cleaning off everything on this countertop first and foremost. The sink is pretty good because I like to wipe it down after I brush my teeth and almost every single day, but there's still some grime on here that just gets built up. And that's when I use just regular old Dawn spray wash and the Scrub Daddy and start scrubbing things away. Now, there are lots of cleaners you can use for your granite countertops or other bathroom countertops, and I really don't mess with those too often. I just use soap and water, and I feel like that gets the job done. As I mentioned previously, some of the oil, castor oil and frankincense poured in this container here that I had right next to my bed. So I'm using the Dawn spray wash to clean it out and then putting all the little odds and ends that were in it back into my drawer here in the bathroom. Then I'm going to continue cleaning this out and then using some Blue Land window cleaner with a microfiber cloth. This is not a window e-cloth, but it's what I had here. And like I mentioned, we just wanted to keep on going. Luckily, Emma was in bed and the kids were occupied, but you know, I get very distracted if I leave the room that I'm already working in. So I try to stay in here as much as possible. I'm also going to take all of these items here above the shelf of the toilet. I don't like to put things here just because it is above the toilet. And I put it on my acrylic tray in this little linen closet where I have all of my skincare supplies. Then I'm coming into the bathroom and I'm just clearly starting off with a trash bag and getting any of the empty bottles, old razors, hair that are just laying around in here. I did not want to use any heavy chemicals because it is the evening time and it won't have time to air out. So just some simple Dawn spray wash and a scrub is what I'm going to use. My first tip on if you are feeling really overwhelmed with your house, you feel like you have a lot to do, but you just can't get to it. I really like to clean in the evening because there are less distractions. If you can find a time where you can limit your distractions and just get to it, a playlist, a song, a movie, a show will really help you start your task. As I get older, I notice that this type of cleaning is harder and harder on my joints and my body, but I just had to keep pushing through. I have a rotating spin brush for the tile, and I do really like it. However, I don't really feel it's very effective unless you put an adequate amount of pressure on it, and I just didn't have that to give. So I'm using this this Scrub Daddy and trying to get into all the crevices. The following day, I will put some mold armor on here, and that works beautifully. But again, I didn't want to do this tonight because we were going to be in here shortly sleeping, and I like to have all of the windows open when I use any chemical like that. Back in the day, I would use all the bleach and Tilex, mold and mildew, and although those work beautifully, my lungs cannot handle them anymore, and I think that's a huge contributing factor of my late onset asthma. I didn't develop asthma until I was 32, and I really think it's from all of the chemicals that I've used my entire life, because I've been cleaning literally my entire life. I've always been into deep cleaning, and I've always used all the chemicals. So I think that has a huge effect on my lungs. And also, I used to have a little boutique where I made wood monograms, and I use spray paint a lot and oftentimes without a respirator. So you kind of pay the price, so you need to be very careful with the products that you use. The scrub brush that I'm using here is also Scrub Daddy, but it is a different type. It is a rectangle type, as you see, not the circular. It's also from Walmart, and it has just got more of a coarse scrub into it, so I use this for all of the tile. I'm using my Clorox wipes to wipe down all of the toilet in here. Sometimes I'll just clean it like you saw me do previously and use some toilet paper to wipe it down, just depending on how quickly I'm trying to get through this. And then I'm going to just swiftly shake off this rug because there's litter on here. This is Eden's litter box that I'm trying to move out of here. And I'm going to use my Eureka Rapid Wash. Now, do you see a little dilemma we have there? I was so just in the flow. I wasn't even paying attention and not really wondering why it wasn't working. And I was literally just debating, like, how in the world did I just promote this item and it isn't even working, and I've had it all of a month or two, and I was so frustrated with myself, and I'm like, I'm gonna have to tell them. I'm genuinely gonna have to tell them, because I will tell you guys if something ends up not working. And I was racking my brain, and then suddenly it dawned on me that I never put in the container where it sucks up all of the dirty water. And so it was just flowing right back to the floor. So definitely use our air, but I just want to ensure to you that if I ever tell you guys about a product and it stops working, if the time comes where that product gets mentioned, I will absolutely tell you the truth. There is no way that I'm going to try to promote something that doesn't work, because I would never want to steer you guys in the wrong direction. And I also mentioned that I never want to push anything on you. However, these sponsorships are such a blessing. But if something doesn't work, please feel free to ask before you purchase it, and I will tell you the truth, because sometimes you have things for many years to come and they may break. Now I realized my mistake. I put the canister back in there and it is working perfectly fine. I really do like this, because at times my joints are very, very achy, and this is so easy to push. Now, I do have the Robo-Rock. I think it's the S5, and I spent about $400, maybe $450 on that about a year ago. And I'm going to be honest, I absolutely love it. I paid for it with my own money. It is, I think, a step above this right here. And the reason why, not necessarily the cleaning power, however, it does have 2 extra rollers, but $400 to $500 is a lot to spend on one of these, especially when you already have a vacuum. Now, a bonus with this, you can do dry vacuuming. So the Robo-Rock does not have that. So it both has, if you hear that, that's him in the back playing. They both has its pros and cons, but when it comes to affordability, this is definitely going to beat it. And you really do get about the same clean. Again, I like the double rollers on the Robo-Rock, but I like that if you don't have a vacuum, you can just switch over real quick and use this, and you don't have to go and grab something else. So then there's that. But when I get these devices, or these whatever they are, if I have extra, I like to give those away. So I actually gave the Robo-Rock. Well, I gave my niece an option. I told her to watch the reel I did. I gave her the link to both of them. I paid for the Robo-Rock. This one was sent to me, and I didn't know which one she would want, so I gave her both the links, and she chose the Robo-Rock. So I ended up sending that off with my sister this weekend. Then when it comes to the robot vacuums, it's the same thing. I have reviewed many of those, and you will see that I continue to review them, because I will always give them to a family in need. Actually, as we speak, I have a family that is expecting their 4th baby. Their last baby passed away during birth, and she is a dear friend from church. She and I used to have play dates when Noah was tiny, and we drifted away a little bit just because of life and everything, and she lost her last baby. But she was actually mentioning to me how she was struggling with all her cleaning routines, that she got a golden retriever. And right then, I heard the word robot vacuum in my head. And then Chris and I looked at each other, and she said, I just wish I had a robot vacuum, but I can't afford one. And I'm telling you, it was one of those divine moments. I know if you don't believe in that stuff, it won't make sense, but it was. And I looked at her, I literally could not believe it. And I said, friends, I'm bringing you a robot vacuum on Tuesday. And she was in tears, and that's what it's all about. I'm incredibly thankful for all these sponsorships and the things and the opportunities and blessings my way, but I refuse to use this opportunity in vain, and I hope that I can only bless other people with the things that are given to me or the knowledge that I've learned.
I just wanna look into your eyes. You know you make me feel like I'm alive. You are, you are, you are, you are, you are, you are, you are. You are the solution. You are the solution. You are, you are, you are, you are, you are, you are, you are. You are the solution.
So I mentioned being able to have everything you need in the space that you are going to clean. Make it convenient for you. And that's my next tip when it comes to cleaning a space. Make it easy and make it convenient. Especially if it's something that you don't enjoy doing, you want to make it as effortless as possible. That way you don't procrastinate when doing it. The bathroom is something that needs to be tackled regularly. So if you have everything you need, you're more likely to take care of it regularly. Even the dollar store has many products that you can get, and a little caddy you can fill it up and have it in your bathroom ready to go. And when you're down there and you're just sitting and you're thinking, just pick up this stuff and start wiping things down. I know that sounds bizarre, but listen, even when I'm in the shower, if I see some grime, we have a brush that's in there and I will just start scrubbing. And that's what it's about. If you can maintain these little tasks, these micro tasks throughout your day, you will realize that you're able to stay on top of your house and it is easier to keep clean. You get double the cleaning videos today. This is pretty late. I think we're probably around, oh my gosh, 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. And I wanted some company. And I love watching This Crazy Life, Amanda from there. So she is one of my favorite humans of all time. I've had the absolute joy and pleasure of getting to know her personally, getting to be with her personally. And she is incredible. So you get double videos today. And I enjoy spending time with her. We obviously talk, but her videos are so motivating and so encouraging, and it makes me feel like she's close. So if you are cleaning and you're dreading it, or you just need somebody, because loneliness is an epidemic, and I can attest to that because I feel it often. And so whether you truly are alone or you just feel lonely, no matter what, I want you to know that you're not. But I know that's easier said than done, especially from someone who has struggled with it my entire life. So I really hope that these videos bring you some comfort. And I hope you get something out of it. I want you to feel like you're here with a friend. I know that we live in a big world, but it's kind of small too. And I love that I can be here in Florida cleaning my home on a Friday night and watching, you could be watching it somewhere across the world. And I want this channel to be a place where you know that you're loved and you're welcomed exactly the way you are, and that even though we might not be able to hang out in person, that I am there with you in spirit. And I hope that you feel like you have a friend here, and I hope that you feel like you have someone that really truly believes in you. So on the days that you don't believe in yourself, I want you to know that I absolutely believe in you. I think that you are capable of anything that you set your mind to, anything. So the world is absolutely at your feet, and it is hard to feel that. It is hard to feel like you have power in that, but it truly is. You can wake up tomorrow and make a totally different life for yourself. And I've lived a lot of life, a lot. I've gone through, you know, I had a rough childhood. I've made some really poor choices in my life. I experimented with a lot of things. I've dealt with a lot in my life. And yeah, I just want you to know that it doesn't matter what you've gone through. What matters is what you do with it. And that's what changes us. I mean, we can go through some pretty horrible things in our life, but what we do with it, how we grow from it, what we learn from it is what truly shapes our character. Another thing that I really like about this mop vac is that I'm not going to go out into the garage right now and to get a bucket and a mop. And so it's nice to have this on hand. Now, I will say that I know I'm singing its praises. I don't get anything for if you guys buy them. That's not how it works. So not with this particular thing. So I could sell a million of them and I don't get anything from that. But I genuinely hope that it can at least make someone's life a little easier. But I don't like going into my garage at night, and I also don't like going into that part of the house. I mean, I go over there, but we have a pocket door that separates Emma's room from the rest of the house, and I don't like to go back there because I do not even want to risk waking her up, because then my cleaning will come to a screeching halt. So, yeah, I like having things that are convenient. I also really wanted to do the Kirby on the rug, but that was in the garage too. I am going to actually switch out under the stairs and put my like vacuums and things under there. And I'm going to have Chris put a plug in there so I can actually charge them as well. And then I'm going to put the litter boxes in there because as it is right now, we have Eden's litter box in the front room, and then Aries, which is my son's cat, litter box in Emma's bathroom. And I don't like that because I don't like litter everywhere. I have been on the hunt, just kind of looking into the robot litter boxes. If you guys have some suggestions, let me know. I know some can be really dangerous, so I'm very, very particular. Let me tell you, when it comes to my pets now, I am over the top particular. Let's take a moment to talk about the connection between cleanliness and mental health. So, there are multiple reasons why having a clean and decluttered space can help really clear the mind, spark joy, and even boost your mood. And on this channel, that's what we do here, including a little decorating because it just makes my heart so happy. But I want to give you some true statistics about why it is so important on having a clean space in a decluttered home. So there are many negative impacts of clutter and mess. You know, if you ever feel stressed, frustrated, or just overwhelmed and your house is a mess, you may recognize there's a connection there. In the same sense, when you are feeling that way and you start cleaning, there's a sense of pride and it really does help ease the stress. Some people will do other things, but when you clean your home, it genuinely helps relieve that stress, relieve the feeling of being overwhelmed. Just kind of like yoga. And people choose different things. For me, as you know, this is what I do. This has always been my coping mechanism before I even knew what coping mechanisms were. So, evidence suggests that having a messy, cluttered environment can create stress and it can interfere with your ability to concentrate, at least for some people. So, the act of actually cleaning and decluttering, it can boost your mood. It also will help move your body more, improve your focus, and even help you feel more in control of your surroundings, which is a big deal for a lot of people. I know it can be for me. And even closer, there's a link between the cleanliness and your mental health, including the benefits of cleaning and how to incorporate a cleaning schedule into your life will help ease stress. The mental load of having to take care of your home can be rather great. And knowing that you have some sort of routine, maintenance is key. And I mention that a lot. I will go into a room and completely just declutter the mess out of it and deep clean the mess out of it. If I'm not taking daily steps on putting things back and keeping it clean and tidy, we're going to be doing this cycle over and over again. It's really important to try to get your family involved as well, because then they'll have more skin in the game, if you will. If they know that they're going to have to get in there and clean it again, they may be more likely to put their things away. I know that's not easy for everybody. Trust me, I have a lot of kids, and not many of them care about a decluttered and clean space. Some do. But they all can agree that they focus, think, and even sleep better with a clean and decluttered space. And sometimes I will have to remind them, and even myself, it's okay to leave post-it notes and reminder of the benefits of cleaning and decluttering. It can be a constant reminder for you as well. And sometimes we have to do that, especially if this isn't in our daily routine, especially if this is not how we grew up. So I did not grow up in a very clean home, but I was the one who cleaned. And I had a single mom, and that just wasn't what she did. She cleaned and had to clean and was a stay-at-home mom for many years. So when she became a single mom and she was working, cleaning was the last thing on her mind. Luckily, that's what I did, again, since the very beginning. So I tried very, very hard to keep a clean home. And it wasn't easy. It really wasn't easy. I remember the shame and the embarrassment of people coming over when we had a filthy home. I remember being made fun of for the way my house smelled and looked, and those left deep scars. So, although it is so important and it is coming together, the correlation between mental health and your home, I also do it for other reasons because I don't want my kids to grow up that way. And I also know the importance of having a clean and tidy home. I'm going to be putting away the dinner from that night, and then I'm going to start just cleaning out the fridge. That actually was not even a part of my plan. I just wanted to come in here. I don't always have a plan when I make these videos. It's just clean, and whatever happens, happens. Just that's how it goes in my regular life, and that's how these videos go as well. But when I was cleaning and I started putting things back in the refrigerator, I realized it was a mess. And although I'm not going to pull everything out and actually deep clean it, that will be in a future video, I did want to at least get some of the items out. We had lots of containers in there with old food that was definitely ready to be disposed of. So I will just go in there and clean everything out and get it organized. Not necessarily deep clean, not the fridge for today. Again, that will be in a future video. I've actually already filmed it, but it'll be just a part of getting my evening in place, resetting the house, and being ready for the following day. It's one of those tasks that I like to do that is, and I've said this before, your future self will thank you. So if you are struggling with getting these things done, just remind yourself your future self will thank you. Nobody wants to wake up to a disaster. Nobody wants to wake up to a cluttered house. And if you can take some time the night before, I'm telling you, it will definitely get you on the right foot for the following day.
Your kind of beauty does
Another thing that I want to really stress to you all and even remind you that when there are tasks that you procrastinate on, it's more times than not, we have made it bigger in our minds than it really is. I know for me that sometimes when I don't tackle things right away and I just keep putting it on the back burner because in my mind, I have really made it seem like it was going to take an all day thing or it's going to be very extensive. But 9 times out of 10, usually when I get to it, I realize it wasn't that big of a deal. And so I want to encourage you just to dive in, just do it. And you will probably be really pleasantly surprised. Now, sometimes there are things that do take a long time. We all have those days. But usually it's made bigger in our minds. And so then therefore we procrastinate. And the more we procrastinate, I feel like the bigger it gets. So just dive in, just do it. You can do this, and you will feel so proud of yourself.
Caught in heaven like 24/7, losing my grip of time. With you, work of art, work of art, work of art.
The things that you see me doing tonight, cleaning out the sink, wiping down the countertops, doing the stove, those are things that I do every single night. Once you create some sort of cleaning routine, morning, afternoon, or night, you'll be able to get through it a lot quicker. And whenever I start a cleaning routine, it always takes me a long time the first day. But then after that, I feel like I can breeze through it for 2 reasons. I am accustomed to it, so we move almost an autopilot and we just do it, and there's not much thought that's put into it. And then the other thing is because you've done it so often, you don't have to put as much effort into it. So that is another reason why creating some sort of routine will be incredibly helpful.
I'm really on fire tonight. Can't nobody hold me down. I'm doing whatever now. Ain't got no time to fight. I'm talking way too loud. And if you don't like the sound, you could just tune it out. Who you rooting for? They say whatever team better win. I say cool, cause it's gonna be whichever one I'm in. Yeah, I'm good like that. Yeah, I'm good like that.
I am always moving things around on my countertops. What may work today may be completely different tomorrow. It's not always easy for my family to ask where things have been put, but that's just what I do sometimes, especially in the evenings when my creative state is there and I'm in that flow.
Stay up all night, do just what I like. No more hoping, no, I'm right like this. I don't lie like this. I'm on fire like this. This, yeah. Him and her, they all over there. They looking over here, they giving me a stare like I care. No, no. Who you rooting for? They say whatever team that'll win. I say cool, cause it's gonna be whichever one I'm in. Yeah, I'm good like that. Yeah, I'm good like that. Floating on my wave, but don't care what you say.
So let's talk about that flow state for just a moment. Now that might sound new to you, and for others it's something well understood. For me, it took a long time to finally understand what it meant and what the name to put to it. So basically, it is when someone gets into that state of calm, that state of creativity, focus, and you can call it whatever you want, but you know, it's when the whole entire world can stop and you are just in it and you can go for hours. This is something very common within very creative people. And you know, you're just in it and the thoughts are coming and there's such clarity and focus that is unmatched, unwavered. And for me, I crave that. I think a lot of us do. And when I don't get that very often, it affects my mental health a great deal. I need that escape, if you will. I need to be able to get into that creative space. That is when I personally can process thoughts, emotions, feelings, and things that have happened in the day, in the year, in my life. And I get absolute clarity. Also for me, that is when I can really hear from God. Now, if that's not something you're used to, that's okay. But that's my reality. And so I can really get absolute clarity. So I crave it so incredibly much. That is another reason why I like to clean and do things in the evening, because there's no distractions. Morning time is really good, but I know that everyone's going to wake up soon, so I'm kind of held back, if that makes sense. But in the evening, I feel like I can just go and go and go, and there's no stopping. And so I love it. That's another reason, like if you've got some tasks to do and you really need to focus, the evening is the way to do it. If you've got to get your kids early up early one day, just so you can get them to bed early one day, then do it so you can have your time. We deserve our time, and we cannot pour into our families when we are just barely making it, okay? And I know I've tried to do that for many years. So it is not selfish for you to take time to do what you need to do to get into that state and to have absolute peace and just understanding of what you need. That is not selfish. Self-care is selfless. You need it. We all need it. And maybe that's a trip with a girlfriend to a coffee shop. Maybe that's the grocery store alone. Maybe that's a weekend. Maybe that's just cleaning at night. Whatever it is for you, as long as it's a healthy vice, I really feel like you need to prioritize that.
See the signs when everyone knows it, that you still ignore the strongest part of your own mind. You wanna cease it cause you need it, but you're drifting off the shore. You wanna reach, but not believing. Gotta lift your head out while you can. What's the point of being lost? There's water under the bridge.
Now it's time to start putting the house back together. It's clean. It is fresh. Oh my gosh, it feels so good. I feel so accomplished. I feel so proud of myself when I'm able to do this. It might sound bizarre, but I do. I feel so good. And I always wake up the next day feeling better. Even if my body's tired, there's such a sense of accomplishment there and pride that it absolutely doesn't matter how my body feels. So the kitchen is clean. My bedroom, oh my word, y'all, sleeping in a clean bedroom is a game changer. Trust me. If you don't believe me, just Google it and you'll see all the statistics with that. You sleep so much better in a clean home, in a clean bedroom, clean sheets. It is a game changer. So I really enjoyed this cleaning. I cleaned until about 12 something at night. I will show you my phone in just a moment. And we had bags and bags of garbage that I had to take out. You guys, we knocked this sucker out. So while my cat is literally attacking my shoulder, I want to say thank you all for watching this video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you're new for weekly videos. Also, like this video. It helps me out a ton. And will you comment down below what was your favorite part of the video? And what tip or, technique or whatever it is, what tip are you going to adopt in your cleaning routine? I love you all so much. Please don't ever forget how loved you are, how worthy you are, and you can make this world a better place. I am thankful for you. I'll see you soon. Bye.